the most tremendous new musical experience you can have.
Hey, what's good, y'all? It's Logan, and I'm here bringing y'all this indie review. Now, before I get into this, I just want to go ahead and let y'all know I haven't posted any videos in like the past week and a half. That's a mixture of being really busy and nothing crazy coming out that was really worth talking about. You know, we had that Busta Rhymes that was alright. We had that Pegasus by Trippie Redd that was pretty cool. A couple other things. Yeah, and then on top of that, you know, I've been busy. I'm kind of rearranging my studio a little bit. I just got a new TV, which I could only fit in my recording space. So, and then I still have my old TV that I'm waiting until I can take it home. That'll be my new recording space, but right now, you know, it's all a mess. So that's why I don't have my microphone right now hooked up. I just don't have the space to set that up. So, we're going to make do with what we got right now anyways. That being said, we'll go ahead and get into this review. It is by an artist named Asher. The album, EP, whatever, is titled Feel My. Now, it is 7 tracks and 20 minutes long, so it's a really short, really easy listen. This is someone that emailed me just asking for a review, saying, you know, it's coming out this Thursday, of course, being last Thursday, the 5th, this being the 12th. It's an 18-year-old kid from Charlotte. I love to hear that because, of course, I live in North Carolina as well. Not going to disclose where. But I always support people from my home state. I think that's awesome. And especially if they don't just sound like J. Cole clones, which he does not. He does not sound like a J. Cole clone. So I'll get right into it. So first off, the pros. Great production. I mean, I always praise these indie artists whenever they have good production on their own projects, and this had really good production. Some of the best, like maybe not that Little Brick level from the reviews I've done for him, but right below that, I would say. I mean, this is really solid, especially on the intro track, I'm I really enjoyed the production on that track. A lot of just old school, like really dark sounding beats that sound really good with his more gruff, aggressive, old school sound as well. Not saying he has an extremely old school sound. I mean, I would compare him a little bit to a Kendrick, meets like maybe a Rakim or something like that, just in sound. Rakim is kind of a tough comparison. I can't say 100% that, but you know, just someone with a more aggressive, darker voice. The Kendrick comparison is clear though, and you'll see what I'm talking about whenever I get into one of the tracks that I'm going to break down. But again, you know, I love that he has this influence from these older conscious rappers, and that shows through in how he does his music as well. You know, he uses a lot of skits. I believe almost every track, if not every single track on here, starts with a skit, whether it's an IMO where it has a spoken word excerpt from it's either his grandma or someone speaking as his grandmother. Either way. And then you also have skits such as on Black People Problems, where you have a speaker talking about how black people are killed in America today, and just talking about like Botham Jean and other tragedies like that. I really enjoy how those are used to set the tone for the track that is following. I really enjoy that. And then on top of that, really good storytelling. So the skits set up the message, and then the message is portrayed very well, and I really enjoy that. Now, if I'm going to talk about the cons, going back to the skits, sometimes they can go on for a bit long. You know, you feel like they're taking up a decent bit of the track list altogether, especially since there are 7 tracks and basically 7 skits all throughout. So at times it can come off as overplayed, although again, they fit perfectly, so I'm not really complaining. I'm just saying like, looking forward, that doesn't have to be the case. But on this, it definitely works out, so that's just me kind of nitpicking a little bit there. Overall, not really many complaints on this one. I'm going to talk about the best tracks. I just picked out 2 that really stood out to me. I could have done all of them because I enjoyed every single track on here, but if I'm going to pick just a couple, I'm going to pick these 2. First off, Behind Closed Doors. This is a really good storytelling track, which it describes the trip to the ER and how he's trying to hide his fear, but it still shows through, you know, acting to his mother like he's not afraid. acting to the doctor like he's not afraid when the doctor comes back with this look of, he doesn't look happy. He doesn't look joyed to tell him the news that he has to tell him. He's like, we're going to do more tests, and then eventually finding out that he has lymphatic cancer at the end of the track. Just a very sad track that really describes all the feelings that you'd be going through in that situation. I mean, me personally, I've never been through something like that. I've been very fortunate in my life with my health. And to hear that, I really felt for the person being portrayed in this track. Of course, I'm assuming it is the artist, because this is something that he mentions on multiple tracks. The cancer, of course, and so I really felt for him. Like that was a really emotional track. And then even more emotional than that is the other track I want to talk about, Black People Problems. I've already mentioned this one. It starts with that skit that I was talking about, but this one sees him get really, really emotional, and this is where the Kendrick comparison comes in, where he has that like really strained, like he's crying, emotional voice, such as Kendrick has on You. And I really enjoy that because not many people can pull that off, but with the topics that he's talking about, it fits perfectly. And he's just describing the things that Black people go through on the daily. Of course, me not being able to understand or relate to that in any way, it's just really harrowing to hear that. And especially this one line that he has where he, and I'm paraphrasing here, he says that these Black people problems, Black people can't solve them. Just showing the fact that even though they are Black people problems, they aren't the ones who are going to be able to solve them. It's people who look like me who need to step up. And yet the sad part is it's people who look like me who cause those problems very often. So you're relying on your oppressor to end the oppression is the sad reality of that situation. And I just really like how he was able to portray that. I thought that was a very solid track. I think all 7 tracks are very solid altogether. This was a really, really solid effort from an artist who obviously I had never heard before. As far as I know, this is his first ever release. All I can say is I really look forward to what he has next, because if this is your first effort, man, I cannot imagine what your growth is going to be like. Altogether, my only advice going forward would be is if you do attempt a longer album, say 15 tracks or so, you can sprinkle in a little bit more fun tracks like Ima with the really solid production and good flows and all that. But this being a 7-track EP, I like the more focused feel of it where you don't have those just fun tracks. I like how it's more focused in the storytelling and in the efforts there. So that's not something that I wanted you to do on this one. I'm just saying going forward, if you do decide to try for a longer full-length album, maybe try that. But no, I really enjoyed this. I thought this was really well put together. And like I say, y'all check him out. Again, it's Asher. The title of the EP is Feel My. It's on Spotify. You can check it out for sure. I recommend it. Really easy listen. Again, only 20 minutes. And I've listened to it quite a few times now. It took me a minute to get this review out because I wanted to make sure to unpack as much as I could. So definitely check this one out. I appreciate y'all watching this video too. I guess I'll go ahead and give it a rating. Again, I don't always do this with indie reviews, but I'm feeling strong about this one with a very, very solid 8 out of 10. I'm going to come back to this one quite a few times. I'm really enjoying these indie artists that are reaching out to me asking for reviews. So far, pretty much all of them have been good. At least all the ones y'all have seen. Again, make sure to hit the like button, comment, sub, hit the bell next to my name for notifications. Leave your comments what you thought about this one, or if you want me to check out your project or one of your friends' projects or whatever, please make sure to check this one out, though. I will say that again and again. That was really good. That's all I got for y'all, though. Peace.